Well, Luke, obviously disappointing at the weekend. I guess whenever you have a setback, you're looking for response, aren't you? I wonder if you've been happy with what you've seen from your players since the weekend.
Yeah, I'm happy with what I've seen so far, but I need to see that in the game is the most important because I just watched the game where we had in the first half 6 shots inside the opposition box and a 1-0 up, and the opposition registered no shots, even though I thought they were working brilliantly to try to disrupt us and shut us down, and I think they'd done that pretty well. But then, of course, we made the breakthrough, and like I said, we had 6 shots inside the opposition box, and we didn't face a single shot against, and then a complete reverse on those numbers in the second half, and we have to do a lot better than that. It's not 45 minutes football and 1-0 up is not job done. So I've been very, very clear about that, and the players so far, the response is good. But I need to see a much more consistent run in the games.
It's unusual, isn't it? Especially at home, Luke. I mean, I wonder if. I mean, I was going to say you're normally a confident bunch, but overconfidence, possibly? Is that it? Is there something you can put your finger on, or is
No,
that too simplistic?
no, I think that the games are demanding, and like I said, I think that there's a good example of this when with the opposition. I thought Walsall made a brilliant, energetic performance to try and harass us really well, and in the first half, and for all their efforts, we managed, like I said, to go in 1-0 up. But I think that we have to be able to reproduce that type of effort, because Walsall did. They repeated the effort and got much more fruit for their labour, and we didn't. We didn't reproduce the same intensity to try to take the ball and to play forward and to try to move swiftly into position to defend. Instead, we were careless with the ball, and we gave the ball away too keenly, and we didn't make a great angle for our teammate to give us a pass, and we didn't work hard enough to make the next pass forward. And then we combine that with not shutting space down and getting close to people enough. It's a terrible combination, and I've seen this too many times, and we're still trying to. I'm there trying very much to convince the players because to be 4-0 up and 3-0 up and 2-0 up at half time at home, and then a second half that is not supporting the first half performance is really disappointing. And I want the fans to be able to see us be, to be able to if we can score 4 goals in the first half or 3 goals in the first half of a game, I think they certainly deserve to see a couple more goals in the second half. I think, but that's the work, and that's what I'm trying to convince the players day in, day out to be able to maintain those levels.
Nobody wants difficult times. Nobody wants. Not that you're on a bad run particularly, but nobody wants bad runs. But I wonder, from a coaching sense, is there something in that old adage that you actually learn more about your players potentially in those sort of tough times, if you like?
Yeah, no doubt, and we are learning, because as I've said before, we've stepped up, and many of the players have not been proven at the level, and so we are learning that, whether or not they can produce at the level, and whether or not some players that have played at the level before can continue. And so yes, it is a learning, and I do consider it, by the standards that we've set, to be a bad run, because I want us to be successful, and I want us to continue to grow and to try to climb up the EFL, and so we have to make more consistently good performances and get more results.
And I guess, obviously, with it being the time of the calendar year, I assume that the kind of learning that's happening at the moment is shaping decisions for what might happen in January.
Yeah, as you know, I'm I'm somewhat included in the recruitment process, but less so than you might be at a different club, and I'm completely on board with that. And I've known from the very beginning how everything is, and it's great, no problem at all. But I imagine that people will be out there looking at players and looking at what we have and how we're performing, and whether or not there's a player there to come in that can take us to another level.
As you approach the next game, and you kind of put the last game to bed, and you approach the next one, do you need maybe a little bit of perspective as well? Because I guess as you approach the halfway point of League Two, you're a point off the automatic promotion places as a promoted club. So it's not that bad in the overall picture, is it?
No, thank you for that. That's really kind of you to tee that up, and I do appreciate that. And I must stress how proud I am of the players and the staff. They've worked so hard, and the reality is it's very challenging to get to be promoted and go into a division where teams have been gearing up playing in this division for a number of seasons and trying to crack it, and it's very challenging. I've been extremely impressed by the standard, and in the grand scheme of things, we are doing well. But I don't think we would have got the point tally and then been able to bounce back and get over the line in the playoffs after the crushing feeling of losing out on the title chase if we hadn't have been relentless. That's how we done it. We none of us are so good at what we do that we don't need to try too much because we're so gifted, and I'm not the best head coach in the world, and we don't have all the best players in the world. But what we do have is we have some top mentality. We have been absolutely relentless, and maintaining that is a huge challenge. But that is our best route to success, is to be demanding and relentless, and to try to see if we can maintain that enthusiasm and energy over a long period of time, and that's what will bring us to success.
What do you expect from Harrogate next up? On paper, their away record looks actually a bit better than it does at home, but what do you expect from them?
Well, I'm watching them this week, and I'm really impressed with the energy and the clarity in which they play. I think they have a manager who's been in post is 9 seasons. I mean, that is some going. Imagine to be in this industry 9 seasons. I think I'm really in awe. I'm in awe of that. I hope I can be in Notts County for 9 seasons. That would be a dream come true. That's some achievement. So I'm in awe of that, and I can see the work that has been done to make sure that the players understand what's required of them, and I'm really impressed. I don't think they're in probably the position in the league that they deserve to be, and so I'm expecting a ferocious game against a very tough, very fit for purpose League Two side that know exactly what their strengths are, and we've played some really good football, and we've been really convincing at times, and we've played some poor football and been unconvincing at times, and if we want to go and try and get a result against Harrogate, we have to be really very good. I've got no doubt.
It's an incredible feat of longevity in footballing terms, isn't it? From Simon Weaver. I mean, it leaves everybody else. I think every other manager in the EFL and the Premier League as well. It leaves them in the shade. It's an incredible amount of time he spent there.
Absolutely right, and you have to try to imagine just how difficult that is because of the volatile nature of football, and not only that, but it's somebody that's been able to be working under that pressure and remaining consistent over that time. All these things, I am in awe of that, and it's something that I hope I can replicate, and I'm looking forward to meet him and to try to see if I can take the points away from him on the day. But yeah, I've got a lot of respect.
Just finally from me, Luke, how are you injury-wise, squad-wise? Looking okay, or any problems from the weekend?
We have a few problems, to be honest. We have a few problems that it would. I think at the moment it could come across misleading if I talk too much about them, because potentially players are going to be able to train either today or come through training today without a problem and train Friday, and then they're involved, and then it sounds like I've made a big. So apologies for that. But yeah, we have one or two issues, is the truth, but nothing that is too major that we know we can rule somebody out.
Okay, that's lovely. Thanks ever so much, Luke. I'll
Thank
talk to
you
you again in a bit.
Yeah, thank you very much. Take care.
Sam, anything from you?
On Luke, does the Walsall game just sort of run home the unpredictability of League Two, in the sense that they weren't really informed coming into the game? I think they're not 1 in 5, not scored in 3, but they can come, I guess, and upset you. But as you've talked about many times, you're still learning about the league, and all the teams that you come up against provide different challenges in that sense.
Do you know what? If I'm honest, I didn't find Walsall unpredictable. I thought they were very, very good, but I thought that we managed to establish ourselves on the game during the first 45 minutes. We stayed on task. We were tight, and we didn't give like I said before, we didn't give an opportunity in the first 45 minutes. We created some decent openings, and then ultimately we scored. What was unpredictable was us again. We were unpredictable. The opposition played in the same manner. They maintained their levels throughout the game, and they got, in the end, what they deserved. And we were unable to do that. And so we're still trying to get to that point. If we lose a game because the opposition was outstanding and we just couldn't get to grips with them, I can accept. It's silly to try and pretend that you can beat every single team, every single week. But I'm seeing a team that are capable of winning a game, showing that they're capable of winning a game, and then not being able to maintain the performance. So that's where we are. But no, I think we're more unpredictable than the league, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and is it sort of a learning experience for you as a coach, trying to piece this puzzle, I guess, of trying to find that consistency throughout a whole game from your team, which maybe you had last season, but there's been maybe an issue this year?
Well, I've been around it a number of years, and I've seen a number of different groups, and I think that a scenario where a group do very well and your best players get poached because they've done so well, and then you're rebuilding a team is something that I'm fairly familiar with. And I think this is the first time I've been involved with the core of the group have performed brilliantly and been promoted, and now they're asked to perform at the same level against more difficult opposition. So in that aspect is something new for me, but I think that the understanding of seeing a group try to re-establish themselves from one season to the next is something that I understand. And it's a process. We're still fairly competitive at the level, but I just would like us to be able to hit a higher level and maintain that, because I want us to make it a brilliant season, and I think we're so close to being able to do that.